Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Profit. I'm your host, Drip Coach. Let's jump right into it. So today we're going to be breaking down a clip that Forex mentioned in the VC 1 hour or after the first round of Triple D had been launched. And he was talking about people who had gotten in at prices above this due to compound interest are actually in profits. And I haven't run these numbers in a while, so I'm trying to know for myself what that is, because I do know, like I've seen Lene actually mention this as well, that he's in profits, and I do know there is definitely a group of people that are in profits from drip due to compound interest. Then I also know there's a camp of people that are not. So I wanted to actually run the numbers that he said and also get feedback from you guys. Let me know in the comments what your drip looks like and what you've been doing up to this point, when you got in, and did your DCA have been compounding religiously, all that stuff. But let's first listen to this clip, then we'll run the numbers as we always do.
So when I was saying, like, this isn't a token launch, this isn't this is an existing product to support drip over time, but of course there's people like short-term people that basically bought drip with the expectation that it's going to go live and it's going to be like a token listing, and they essentially bought drip just for a short-term pump and dump kind of thing. And
real quick, we did see that, and I already showed you guys that on my channel. So there was literally $60,000 worth of drip kind of all around within the first 24 hours of the launch. And again, I can't say it's malicious. It is definitely questionable. Listen to Sunder's last video, he said it's malicious, but I don't know what people's behaviors are and who they are and what they're doing. But with a little over $1 million in liquidity and selling that much drip in one fell swoop, that does at least raise alarms in my head. So, but at least now we are bouncing back out of that again. And there's only a few more times that people can do that, and that's exactly what Triple D was designed to do. But let's listen to the next clip and see how this affects people with positive drip behavior.
Try to take profit on today's moves, and then also, basically the things that you expect from short-term participants. And drip has proven over and over again that people who panic sell, people who try to make short-term price manipulations, right? Those people do not do well in drip. And the people who do well in drip are the ones that take advantage of the power of compound interest, right?
So this is where he's getting ready to get into the actual numbers that come into this. So this is what I want to know from you guys. How is your drip position? When did you get in? Has the compound interest benefited you over the course of this project? So I know for me, I'm still actually now with the prices probably back to 60% unrealized losses. So I want to know what you guys are at.
And because of that, people who bought drip 10x higher than it is right now, greater than 10x higher than it is right now, but have regularly compounded, I've seen some of them making thousands of dollars a week, right? And it's because if you can maintain a relatively stable price, but you're earning 1% compound interest, your interest is going to way outperform any depreciation of price. So this is something that obviously I knew to some degree before drip. I learned a lot when I launched drip, and I get more educated every day. But it's something that we need to be better at messaging, I think, because in future development we can consider these things. But these are the core components of drip. And as drip participants and as community members, it's important that you let people know that how powerful compound interest is, and that you can get in. You could have got in months ago, you can get in right now, and as long as you are consistent with your compounding, you can do very well in drip. And now with DDD.
All right, so the whole premise of this is that we're going to dive into that, because that is one of the big features that people always mention, is that the power of compound interest, and that you can outpace some of the inflation, and as long as you maintain a relatively stable price. So he said in here that if you got in at 10x higher than what the current price of drip is, and in this video, what was that? So it was at 19 cents. So we're looking at like $2, we'll say, right? 10x, 20 cents higher. And that would take you all the way back out to basically November, middle of November is when we were around the $2 level. Now, again, this is on PancakeSwap, but this is just the numbers that I'm going to use just to run this math. Now, remember also the power of 1% per day. If you compound it, basically every 71 to 73 days, give or take, you can double your faucet balance. So that's what we're going to do to explore this. So what are the wallets that got in around these prices? We definitely know, I showed this to you guys already, anyone that got in pretty much January of this year, so anyone in 2023, they are Gucci. So we know that for sure. That's when we were under $1. And as Forex mentioned, we have been maintaining a relatively quote unquote stable position. I mean, it's definitely volatile, but from the January peak where we were right under $1 on the native DEX, like 97 cents, looking at here, it's like 77, we'll call it 80, all the way down to 15 over the course of 8 months. That would be considered quote unquote stable, or a range when you're getting 1% per day. But let's pull up the actual numbers to take a look. So all I've done here is take the price on the 18th, then the 22nd and the 24th, because depending on when you pulled this from, like a 10x could have been from the 15 cents that we crashed down to 16 cents, I think, or 17 cents we're sitting at, or in the video when he said it 19 cents. So I was looking at basically anywhere from $1.50 to $2, and that all happened around the same time on PancakeSwap on the DEX. So let's just say you put in $1,000 at that time. So this is not taking any taxes into consideration, or not taking any taxes from the buys. So even though this is the PancakeSwap price, which would have a 12%, 11.25% tax to buy, since I don't have the native DEX prices, we're just going to assume these dates are the equivalent for these prices as well. We know the native DEX doesn't trail too far ahead or behind PancakeSwap, so the dates may be different, but we still hit these same price points at some point in time, so it doesn't really matter. So all I did here is to show the 10% you would lose on deposit. So if you put in $1,000 at any of these days, this is what you would have had at the deposit into your faucet. You would have 450 on 18th and 511 on the 24th, and you would have caught the bottom on the 22nd. So 71 days later, we're looking at January, and these are the prices of drip in February, sorry. And your faucet would still be, you'd still be negative. You would have come up, yeah, you still be down. So remember, you put in $1,000 and you're down about 60%. And then if we go to the second time it doubles, that takes us out to April. And then now you're coming up a little bit, especially if you caught the bottom. So if you were down at the bottom, you are now only down about 20%. So that definitely works. Then if we go to the third double, we are actually indeed in profit. So come the middle of June to the end of June, your faucet, this is just the value of your faucet. Remember, you haven't actually claimed anything. This is just taking the total number of drip that you have in your faucet and then multiplying it by that PancakeSwap price. And since you're not incurring any well taxes or anything at these areas yet, this would be your actual faucet value. So you would be in profits in about 20% if you caught the bottom. And if we come all the way out to today, I'm putting this at the 24-cent price. So even though today that I'm recording this video, it's 18, but when Forex was probably recording this before the big crash or talking about this, it was at 24 cents. So we put that there, and then yeah, you've made a 60% return if you caught the bottom, and 30 to 40% if you were anywhere between. Now, of course, if we go to today's prices, you're still in profits, but it's not nearly as attractive. So he's 100% right that you would be in profits if you have been compounding. I don't know about the pulling out $1,000 a week. I don't know if I didn't run any numbers to see what you'd have to do, max a wallet, what that stats would be. But it does show you, again, the power of compound interest, and that we do have something here that is sustainable, but it is definitely kind of cliche. It says it's not about timing the market, it's time in. But with drip, it's a little bit of both, because if you go a little further out, so we can see by these numbers that at the $2 range, which is this price, you are barely in profits. So I would deduce that if you were to take this out to $2.50, $5, $10, then that's definitely, you're not going to be in profits at these prices. But anything from January on, so we're looking at now drip is what, 28 months old roughly. So if you go back out to, let's take a look at this real quick. All right, so I just ran these numbers real quick just to put it in here. So drip launched around the 20th. I can't remember exactly, 21st, 22nd, 18th, whatever, doesn't matter. So it's 835 days running as of today. If you got in at launch all the way up until 24 Jan, so I'm calling it 24 Jan because that's right before the all-time high, that comes out to 279 days. And then if you count today all the way back till here, because like I said, anything above that, I'm deducing that you would not be in profits. That's 258 days. So this total equals more than half a drip's life. So 37 days. So a lot of people are in positions for profits and in great positions. So there's no wonder that, yeah, there is definitely a bifurcation of sentiment, because there's a lot of people that fall into those ranges, and even some that could have been buying in here. Like when I got in and DCA'd all the way down. Now, in hindsight, yes, since Triple D launched, you know, you can say, yeah, it should have been DCA, but logically it was a falling knife and nobody knew how low it was going to fall to. And there was no way to know how much to continue DCAing or when you could buy the bottom. Like every time we thought we hit the bottom, we found a new bottom. So that would be hard for anyone to do. Even I DCA'd like a little bit all the way into these below $1 prices, but it wasn't nearly as much as I had at the top. So the proper strategy going forward for anybody in a platform is figure out what your total amount of risk capital is, and then use that to DCA consistently. Don't Hail Mary when you think the bottom is there, because you never know. That's the one thing crypto and DeFi will do. It will continue to play Murphy's Law against you. So it will happen for sure. So anyway, just wanted to share that. And again, I want to know from you guys where you're at when you got in, so that maybe I can get some other data, because I don't really feel like running all the numbers. But I'm deducing that anyone that got in, I'm calling it pretty much January of 2022, all the way up until, we'll call it now, November 2022. If you didn't DCA a large amount in the sub $1 prices, I'm assuming that you're still in the red. And then my other assumption is that anyone outside of those dates is in the green. So let me know if that's you. And again, as Forex said, the power of compound interest cannot be denied, because you can see that, you know, almost, what is that, 70%, 60% or whatever would this be, is in the green for the drip ecosystem. So that is indeed impressive. We still have an upward battle ahead of us, but as of right now, Triple D is doing exactly what it's designed to do. It is increasing the tax vault. So we're sitting at just over 600,000, and we even got to 700,000. So I'll be keeping an eye on this, and I'll be making some additional videos, strategies, my thoughts, all this good stuff. All right. Hope that provides some value. If it did, smash that HBO special up, brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.